HTKB, HTKB, HTKB. This is the house that Camera built. Time to get started. But gay. This entire thing stemmed off them talking about the youngest transgender ever, about 10 years old, to go from gender boy to gender girl without any actual surgery or sex change. He just likes wearing dresses and whatnot. His decision, parents supported it, good for him. I don't care what you wear. No one else should either. There's so many unfair social expectations and pressures out there that anybody shouldn't have to go through, regardless of color, creed, sexual orientation. That sounds constitutionally familiar. But social conventions expect men to act like men and talk in deep voices and do handiwork, electricians and plumbers and construction workers, and it expects women to be caregivers and florists and whatever else. All that's bunk. Nonsense. People are what they are and they do what they do. And they shouldn't be knocked down for it. But for some reason, because nobody understands the other point of view, except me it feels like some days, a straight person can't understand why a man would like a man or a woman would like a woman. And some gay people don't understand why straight people like opposite sex. I've actually met a couple gays that sneered at the idea of sleeping with the opposite sex. Very funny, but you like what you like. No big deal. But the outstanding question is whether you're born that way or is it a choice? Or are you forced to be that way? Now that leads back into all sorts of conditioning questions. Nature versus nurture. Your genetic code's only going to get you so far. It's going to build your cells for you. You're going to have chemical potential for this and that. That includes hormones like estrogen and testosterone. Everything past that is conditioning that could reinforce your genetic potential very much. If you go through actions that are testosterone based and end up with a positive attitude about it, such as dominance, then there's every chance that your body's going to go, oh, we like this, let's keep doing it, and steadily raise your testosterone levels as a normal attribute. This could lead to such a thing in young girls as a butch look, or a tomboy effect, or in the opposite case, estrogen with a boy, make them a little girly. Because as much as I don't like that gender recognition that we all have, has a natural basis. All that gender expectation is the correlation of action by sex and hormones. Sadly, sex and hormones couple so well that it's hard to differentiate between the two, which is why we have gender bias. And there's all kinds of weird reinforcement to it. In an all-male society, a man could easily be raised gay and never know any different, so he's gay, legitimately, but then is introduced to a woman and he's suddenly straight and this is what he's wanted all his life. More like that result in bisexual, but whatever. My point is that there is room for conditioning to take part in this. Direct or chemical. Chemical, you say? Yes, like in the food we eat. You know how many meats that you eat that are chemically imbalanced? Testosterone and estrogen are fed to animals and injected, and all sorts of hormone treatments are done so that these animals will get larger and have more meat for our consumption. The reason you eat the meat is because there's all this nutrients and stuff left over from the animal, like hormones. Most of the meat we eat is female, because evolutionarily it's better to have lots of females around and one man to seed them all than lots of men and one woman being sexually harassed to death. She's not going to make a lot of babies on her own, so you put more out there and you get bigger population booms. The bigger population booms are going to be the ones that survive better, pass their genes on to the next generation. When you're going around eating all this female meat full of estrogen, you're feeding it to your old, let's say 10-year-old daughter. During those crucial development times where your body's trying to read all that estrogen and whatnot to develop parts, it's going to go, oh, we have lots of estrogen, we can make large breasts. Or that amount of estrogen signals the body to make larger breasts. But that's why we have 12-year-olds walking around with double D's, crappy chicken nuggets, or Chick-fil-A, and growing them boobies. And if you really don't believe that, look at juicers. You see men who take massive amounts of testosterone to try to build muscle. They raise their testosterone levels and their body tries to compensate by adding estrogen. When they stop introducing the new testosterone, their body's still adding estrogen. The estrogen comes in, and so do the boobs. The same thing happens with women, especially when they get steroid treatments for some kind of bronchial infection usually. They'll start getting like hair on their upper lip, because that's a testosterone feed. But as they're taking that, their estrogen levels are going to rise, making them probably a little bit more crazy than usual. And then when they stop taking that steroid, their estrogen levels go up. So if you manage the doses right, that would probably be the best way to grow your breasts. But at the same time, some of these women that are pumping all that estrogen in through their food, their bodies are raising that testosterone because they're built to do that. I'm going to attribute that to their genetic line, which I guess you could call being born gay. All that estrogen coming in through the food is going to increase their testosterone levels, and whenever that drops off, that testosterone level is still kicked up and they become more mannish. I don't care what you say about any of it. We're hard-coded to match testosterone to estrogen. Doesn't necessarily mean a penis to a vagina, but I think it's very rare that you see legitimate estrogen, testosterone matches. Not saying they don't exist, I'm just saying it's rare. Alright, I've rambled long enough. I'm Camry. Have a nice day.